What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 6 in the NFL, and I've got my picks and predictions for who I think is going to win. My money line picks video. Let's go. But first, we got to do a little recap, and to do that, we got to bring out the special guest. That's right, folks. Mr. Broom is back. We got to figure out a name for him, but we swept on our Thursday picks. The Giants, they pulled out the win. I told you that Philly's got problems, locker room problems and play calling problems. Well, I don't know why they're not running the ball with Saquon, and honestly, I don't know why he can't get things done. And our picks that we chose, Jackson Darts over on rush yards, he got that done no problem. Cam Scatterboot, anytime touchdown, he got 3 of them for us. And he's on my fantasy team, so he scored me like 30 points. Let's go. Great weekend. A great way to start the weekend. And the final pick we had was Cam Scatterboot's rush plus receiving yards, and that hit no problem. He had over 100 rush plus receiving yards. He was just a beast for the Giants. So we'll put this guy in the back for the video, and we'll get started with our picks. So the first game we're going to start with is the overseas game, the early game. Traditionally, I've been picking the underdog for the overseas games, but for this one, I'm going to stick with the favorite because it kind of bit me in the butt last weekend, and it was a good team that found a way to win, and I think Denver is in that same position. They're in a good spot to win, so the Denver Broncos heading to London to beat the Jets early in the morning is what I think is going to happen. And then we've got the Seattle Seahawks heading to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. This is going to be a great matchup. I was back and forth on this because the Jaguars have a great potential, upset potential. But I think the Seahawks defense is better and stronger. So we're going to stick with the Seahawks to win this one. And then we've got the Chargers heading to Miami to take on the Dolphins. This game is a mess. If you're a Chargers fan, the last 2 weeks, you have been frustrated. And if you're a Dolphins fan, you're confused. And then they're coming off a win, but this is one of the worst seasons they've had in a long time. This is another one. There's upset potential. Dolphins at home. That's a hard thing to go against. And the Chargers are the Chargers. But the records make this one kind of obvious. So we're going to take the Chargers for the win. And then we've got the LA Rams heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Honestly, short and sweet, the Ravens are getting worse by the week. And if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, Rams all the way. So we're going to stick with the Rams to win this one. And then we've got the Cardinals heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts seem to be a powerhouse. What more can I say? They're strong. We're going to stick with them on the win. Colts for the win. And then we've got the Cowboys heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. This has upset potential because Carolina, hey, they can find ways to win, and Dallas finds ways to lose sometimes. But I think Dallas is going to score a lot of points, and Panthers aren't going to keep up. So that being said, we're going to take the Cowboys for the win. Then another upset potential game. We've got the Patriots coming off of a big win, heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. But we're going to stick with the Patriots to keep her moving and beat the Saints on the road. And then we've got the Browns heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, I hate going for him, but I think the Steelers defense is finally starting to wake up, and the Browns are struggling. So, Steelers for the win. Next, we've got the game of the year if you're a Raiders fan. This is the most must-win game we've had. We've got the Titans against the Raiders at home. We have to win this one. This is a must-win game. If we don't win this one, we're arguably the worst team in the league. So, short and sweet. Come on, Raiders. Let's win the game. Just win, baby. Just win. And then we've got one of the best matchups of the weekend, the 4-1 San Francisco 49ers heading to Tampa Bay to take on the 4-1 Buccaneers. Was back and forth on this one too. The 49ers just keep finding ways to win, but Baker Mayfield is just playing at a different level. So if the game comes down to it and he's got the ball the last 2 minutes of the game, they're going to win. So that being said, we're going to stick with the Buccaneers to pull out the win on this one. And then we've got the Bengals heading to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Short and sweet, the Bengals struggle, and the Packers need this win to stay in playoff contention and to keep their hopes alive of having respect. So Packers for the win. And then we've got the Lions, Chiefs. Short and sweet, go Raiders, no Chiefs. Go Lions, Lions for the win. And then one of two Monday Night Football games. We've got the Bills heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. And this one is kind of tough because the Falcons have Bijan Robinson. They have a good defense. This very well could be a Bills slide that none of you Buffalo fans want to see. But I think after last week, Buffalo will tighten some things up. If those two turnovers don't happen, the Bills should have won that game. So I think coming off of a hard loss, I'm going to stick with the Bills for the win. And then the other Monday night game, we've got the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. With Jaden Daniels back and looking great, I think the Bears are just going to struggle. This is a no-brainer. Commanders for the win. Those are my money line picks. Those are who I think are going to win, what I think is going to happen. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you want to see anything, any picks, because I'm going to be putting together some parlays, anytime touchdowns, and I'm trying to figure out my 21 and done parlay. We're going to hit this week. I know it. I just got to find the right three. Hit that like button. As always, Raider Nation, let's go.